Well, we've got a couple things going on here today. I'm needing to put bees in my mating nukes, and I want to do a Varroa test. So we're going to kind of combine them since I need nurse bees for both. So the first thing you need to do when you're going to do your Varroa test is find your queen. Bees don't survive the test very well, and the last thing you want to do is test your queen. So I've got her in a cage, and I've got a box to shake bees into. And so I want to shake bees off of the open brood frames, because that's where the nurse bees will be, and that's where the mites will be. On the nurse bees, because they want to get into the captive brood. So I already did a partial inspection here, made sure this queen was working well and laying a good pattern. So we'll steal a few bees from her here, hopefully not too many. She's got quite a bunch of nice cap brood, so she should recover quickly. This is part of the problem that I have with never really building strong colonies, because I'm always stealing bees out of them. So I'm going to try to set up my mating nukes as their own colonies. I'm going to do them in larger containers than the small little mating nukes. Try to work that way. So there she goes. She's back down in her colony, and I will reassemble this quickly. They've eaten that patty really good. I'll get them another one here pretty quick. So I'll make sure these bees are shook down. Anything that can fly out of there can go ahead and go. Those are not nurse bees, and I don't need to test them. So wish I was better at editing things, guys. You wouldn't have to watch all of this. But got my alcohol wash test here, and I've got my half cup scoop. A half a cup is 300 bees. This is a colony that has not been treated since I brought it back. It had treatment in it at that time. So I'm going to take a half a cup of bees in the scoop, and in they go. I'll go ahead and close those in so I can try to get them into the mating nuke. All right, well, I'm still using alcohol in my wash, but Randy Oliver has determined that Dawn dish soap works better. So I don't remember what it is, a half a teaspoon to a gallon of water or something like that, and it's supposed to do even a better job than the alcohol, and of course then it's not as toxic and not as expensive and everything else. So the bees have died in there now, and so you shake to agitate in a circular motion, and it spins them inside the cup as the alcohol or the water and dish soap go through there, and it breaks the mites off, and then the mites fall down through the screen. So we want to shake this for a minute or so, agitating pretty well. You want them all to come down out of there, or what's the point? So it's been time to do this. I've seen a little sign of deformed wing virus popping up here and there. A lot of times when I find a deformed one with deformed wings, I can pick it up and it'll have a mite on it. But I didn't find any mites on the bees that had the deformed wing virus, so I wasn't seeing any mites. And they can have the virus even without mites. once they've got it, it's in there. The bees can beat it, but the Varroa mite will just spread it more, make it harder to control. Like I said, when these came home from California, they had treatment on them, I believe Mite Away quick strips, and I did a test, and they were in very good shape at that time. So that's been a little over a month. So it's time to do treatments. So then you pick it up and you look on the bottom. But one other thing is you need to keep your bottom fairly clean so you can see up in there. And I do not see any mites. They are red and they will stand out. It helps if your box is clean so you're not scraping stuff off the bottom of your box also. So that's what we do. And I see 0 mites. That is awesome. You can't do much better than that. So you really need to test, even if you're treating. A lot of the professional guys don't. They don't want to spend the time. They just treat. But there's no reason to treat if you don't have them. It's a waste of chemicals. And then again, once you've treated, you need to test and be sure that it worked, because it doesn't always work. All tests that they've done on all of these will show that sometimes they don't work. So it's pretty important to go back through and make sure your treatment worked. If it doesn't work, you need to do it again. Maybe find another chemical, because if you just assume that it's working and you still have mites out of control, even if it's just in 1 or 2 of your many hives, you're going to lose those, and those are going to spread mites to your other colonies. So it's important to do. Anyway, there's the mite test. You guys need to start doing it. It's that time.